Hey everyone, so today I'm going to give you a little bit of advice about short-term rentals and some really cool tools you can use. But in the past few years, they've become a really popular investment product for people, I guess is a good way to put it. In the past, there's been a lot of flips, there's been long-term rentals, and then short-term rentals, which are things like VRBO, Airbnb. Some people do 1 or 2 months for traveling nurses. There's a bunch of different platforms, but today I'm going to talk about some really cool devices to help you monitor and just to protect your house a little bit more and to help your guests out. The first thing is a Ring doorbell. They also make cameras. We have a camera on the back of one of our properties because it's an apartment and you enter it from the rear, a light, and then there's a camera attached to it, a motion light. But you also have Ring doorbells, and a lot of owners will use these. These are, a lot of people know about them, but if you don't, all the devices today are Wi-Fi enabled also. So this is hooked up to your Wi-Fi. You can set a motion threshold, and whenever there's motion, like on your porch or something like that, it'll notify you on your phone, and you can see who's standing out there. We don't use this to monitor our guests necessarily, but it's nice when they first arrive to know that they're able to get in, they're accessing the door okay, they're not having any issues, because if they are, we want to reach out to them immediately and help them with their process so that they have a really good experience. So the Ring doorbell camera is a great product. The next thing, which is one of my favorites, is the Schlag Encode lock. This is the most popular lock for short-term rentals owners. It's a punch code, door lock. It's also Wi-Fi. And it's really cool because you can have, if you have several properties, you can make a lock for each, you have a lock for each of them in your app. And you can, say what address it is and all that. But it allows you from wherever you are to make codes. So we have a code, our cleaners have a code, and then each guest that comes, we give their own private code and we delete it when they're gone. So, and it notifies you whenever people go in, whenever they go out. If there's ever some issue with your cleaners or something, you know that they've gone in or they haven't gone in, that kind of thing. And it's great if you have properties. We have properties in a couple different states. So wherever I am, I can go ahead and program and that kind of thing. And our property managers can use them also, which is awesome. So let's go inside. There's 2 more Wi-Fi enabled devices that we just love, and I'll show you them too. Okay, so we're inside our property right now. I'm sorry our dishwasher's going, so I'm sorry if you can hear that in the background. So another great product, Wi-Fi enabled, is a smart thermostat. We have the Ecobee, I don't know how you say it, it's E-C-O-B-E-E. This thing is great because you can set a range. We have ours set at, I think it's 66 to 60 or 68 up to like 72, 74. So your guests can manipulate it within that range. If they try to manipulate it outside of that range, it'll give you a notification wherever you are in the world. And you can decide, have a chat with them, why they want it so high, why they want it so low, whether or not you're going to allow that or not. So you control the thermostat in a way, and you don't get some crazy bill from some, guest that wanted to crank it down to 62 or something when it was really hot outside, because stuff like that can also burn up your machine. So you want to be able to control that. This one also does things like it checks the humidity in the house. It can also monitor people coming and going in the house, which we don't really have it set up to do that, but you can use it as a security system type thing. Ours is really close to our front door. So that's, additional things you can do with it. We have the middle model. There's 3 models, I think, and we have the middle one. But there's all kinds of different features and stuff you have. But the main thing about it is being able to control your temperature and not just leaving it up to somebody to overrun your machine or run up your bill. So I've got one more really cool Wi-Fi device, which is new, but it's really cool. So we'll just go over and I'll show you that one. Okay, so this is a ceiling device. So it's called Minut, M-I-N-U-T, no E at the end. It is a noise sensing device. It does not record, it's also Wi-Fi. It does not record conversations, there's no video on it. It records decibels, and it has a partnership with Airbnb too. So if somebody's disputing you about having a party or something like that, it'll print out a report, and Airbnb will look at that and take that into a lot of consideration. The way it works is it has some kind of monitor in it. I don't know what it is, but it can detect decibels in your house. So it knows what normal is, or a normal range. And you can reset the ranges and stuff like that if you want. But it comes set up with what the ranges are for normal. And then if it starts going over that, then you can set it to, if it goes over that range for 10 minutes, you can set it to text or call the guest with an automated message. You can also set it for 20 minutes later to do something like that. You can basically control it controlling the conversation with the guest after 10 minutes. That way, if it's something just happened that's loud, it gives a little bit of time. Or you can contact the guest yourself and, hey, we detected some type of loud noise there or something like that. I think you can also set it up to contact your local authorities. We haven't done that. We would prefer to have a conversation with somebody about something like that. It also detects, I think it also does it'll notify you what your temperature is. It also checks humidity levels. And then something else it does for monitoring is you can put in there for each person that comes, oh, actually this house holds 6. So we set it up that the house holds 6 and it will automatically calculate, well, how many Wi-Fi devices does your average house of 6 have? And I think it does 2.5 per person. But so I think ours is set up for 23 Wi-Fi devices. So if it starts going over that, then there might be more people in your property than what you want. So you can reach out to your guest, hey, what's going on there, or something like that. They could be having people over for dinner or something like that, but it gives you something, some type of notification about what's going on in your property. If you have 4 people there and you're getting 50 Wi-Fi, nicks on it or knocks on it, something's going on in your property. So you may want to reach out to your guest. So this is a newer product, but like I said, Airbnb, they have some kind of, partnership or affiliation or something like that with Airbnb. So it is a good something to have to monitor for parties and stuff. And again, it doesn't record, there's no video, doesn't record conversations, it's just decibels and then the Wi-Fi devices. I hope these 4 products are great. They're all Wi-Fi. They're great if you don't live near your properties, which we live near one and not near the other. So great ways to monitor your properties, help your guests out, and that kind of thing. So if you have any more questions, just let me know. Or if you want to start looking for short-term rental properties or just want to know about the industry, obviously we do it ourselves, and then I've worked with several investors also. So hope this helps, and tune in for my next YouTube video, and hopefully that one will be educational also. Have a good day.